This clip is on the same booklet and it's using the cosine rule to find the size of an angle, provided we know all three sides. So if you start off by going to page 5 in your booklet, this one here, so we've got a non-right angle triangle. We know three sides and we're trying to figure out this angle here labelled x. When we've got three sides and we're trying to find an angle, we have to use the cosine rule, but it's basically just the same rules from the previous example, except it's been rearranged so we can get it in terms of cos A equals. So we get this formula here. The formula is given in the formula sheet, so you don't even have to remember it, you just have to be able to use it. And clearly we can't use the sine rule because we don't have a pair, an angle on the side. We don't have any angles, so we don't have a pair. In terms of the letters, again, don't get too hung up on what's B and what's C. The only important thing you need to remember is that the side that's opposite the angle you're trying to figure out, in this case the 6, needs to go in the position of the letter A, and that's the only thing you need to worry about. So that means when we go to substitute in our numbers for it, on the top we get 10 squared plus 8 squared, take away 6 squared. On the bottom it's just 2bc, so again, it doesn't matter what b and c are as long as we don't have the 6 in there, because it's corresponding to letter A. So on the bottom we have 2 times 10 times 8. We can quite easily evaluate them. 10 squared is 100, 8 squared 64, 6 squared is 36. On the bottom just comes to 160, and then to figure out what x is, in other words to get rid of that cos in front of the x, we need to do the inverse cos. And again at this point here I really recommend you use your calculator sensibly so that you avoid any rounding errors that you might get otherwise, just by typing this straight into your calculator. You could even type it in at this stage if you prefer, but it's going to be shift cos, use the fraction button on your calculator, then put either these numbers in on the top and this on the bottom, or do it like this. Either way you should end up with the answer of 36.9 degrees. There's got a few questions for you to try. You can do exercise 26C, which has got questions on finding the angle. And once you've done that, you should have a go at exercise 26D, which is a mixture of using the sine rule and using the cosine rule. This will be quite a challenging exercise for you to do because you have to decide which rule to use. So it gets much harder. You need to be working on this over the holidays.